Yes, a coin you may already have hiding in an old coffee tin, drawer, or jar could change your financial future forever. The treasure you're looking for might already be in your hands, and in the next 10 minutes, we're going to uncover how a humble copper coin became a millionaire maker, and how you can cash in on the opportunity before it slips away forever. So buckle up, because what you're about to learn could change the way you look at your pocket change for the rest of your life. Let's rewind to 1978, an era of disco, bell-bottoms, and muscle cars. But in the background, something quieter and far more valuable was being produced at the Denver Mint. Millions of Lincoln cents were struck, yet a few rare pieces came out with minting errors so subtle and so scarce that today, they are worth over $1 million. One of these mysterious treasures is the 1978 Lincoln penny, now valued at a staggering $1.1 million in pristine condition with the right error markings. Now, before you start tearing through your coin jars like a caffeine-fueled raccoon, let's talk about what makes this penny so extraordinary. This isn't just about age. This isn't even just about rarity. This is about a perfect storm of error, scarcity, and historical context. Imagine a coin struck with an off-center die, doubling on "In God We Trust," or a misaligned mint mark. These aren't everyday defects. These are the rare anomalies that collectors drool over, and investors are willing to pay life-changing amounts for. It's like finding a typo in the original Declaration of Independence. It's rare, it's thrilling, and most importantly, it's in demand. Let's talk about why this coin is in such high demand. As inflation rises and traditional investments fluctuate, collectors and wealthy buyers are turning to physical assets, coins like this, for stability and long-term value. And with only a small number of confirmed error specimens of the 1978 Lincoln penny still circulating or surviving in top condition, demand has soared. Auction houses have reported intense bidding wars. Private collectors are actively hunting. This is not a market trend. This is a treasure hunt, and the stakes are higher than ever. Now here's where the excitement really spikes. Just last year, a well-preserved 1978 penny with a double die error sold privately for over $1 million. That's right, $1.1 million to be exact. And the craziest part? The owner found it while going through a box of childhood keepsakes from the attic. Think about that. A dusty old box led to a financial windfall. What's in your attic? What's hiding in that forgotten shoebox of coins passed down from your grandparents? Still not convinced? Let me throw in a little reality check. Imagine someone else watching this very video, maybe even in your own neighborhood, deciding to check their coins right now. They find that same 1978 penny, call a certified appraiser, and walk away with enough money to retire early, buy a lake house, or send their grandkids to college. Why should that story belong to someone else? Now that you know what to look for, you're probably wondering, how can I tell if my penny is the penny? Here's the good news. You don't need to be a coin expert to take the first step. Start by checking your 1978 pennies. Look closely at the D mint mark. Examine Liberty and "In God We Trust" for signs of doubling. If anything looks off-center or unusual, don't dismiss it. That flawed coin might just be your ticket to a 6 or 7-figure payday. And here's something powerful to consider. Every day you delay, the competition gets stronger. With rising awareness, more people are scouring their collections, estate sales, and even yard sales. The clock is ticking, and the window of opportunity is shrinking. The 1978 Lincoln penny isn't just valuable, it's in demand. High-end buyers are ready with cash in hand, waiting for the next verified specimen to hit the market. So, let me ask you, do you want to be the one reading about million-dollar finds? Or do you want to be the story? The wealthy don't wait for opportunity, they recognize it and act fast. You've just been handed the knowledge and the tools. What you do next could unlock an entirely new lifestyle, one built on financial freedom and a piece of American history. And this is only the beginning. There are dozens more hidden coin treasures out there that you could be holding right now without even knowing it. So, if you're ready to join the movement of collectors turning spare change into serious wealth, hit that subscribe button. Because in our next video, we're diving into another penny that's being quietly hunted by collectors for over $2 million, and you might be holding it in your hand. Don't miss out. But let me ask you this. What if that tiny coin you tossed in your glove compartment or piggy bank is actually worth over $1.2 million? That's not a fantasy, that's the stunning reality of the 1973 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. You could be one coin away from a totally different life, and the kicker? Most people don't even know what they're holding. Stick with me, because over the next 10 minutes, I'll take you deep into the story behind this rare and wildly valuable coin, why collectors are scrambling to get their hands on it, and how you can turn a simple penny into serious profit. But hey, before you go flipping through your spare change, make sure you watch until the end, because I'm going to reveal the rarest error to look for, the one even veteran collectors miss, and trust me, it's worth more than just lunch money. Back in 1973, America was in the middle of transition, social change, economic tension, and coins rolling off the presses faster than most people could count. But in that chaos, something remarkable happened. A number of Lincoln pennies were minted without any mint mark, and among them, a few carried striking minting errors that make them highly sought after by elite collectors today. Now, here's where the gold lies. Some 1973 pennies from the Philadelphia Mint were struck off-center, doubled in image, or featured die cracks so subtle, they slipped past even trained eyes. The U.S. Mint didn't stamp a mint mark on Philadelphia coins at the time, so at first glance, they look plain. But plain doesn't mean worthless, it means potentially priceless. One such error coin recently sold for an incredible $1.2 million, and the demand hasn't cooled. If anything, it's heating up. Can you imagine walking into a coin dealer with a handful of old pennies and walking out with enough to pay off your house? It happens. More often than you think. And here's a fun twist. Some of the rarest finds have turned up in everyday places, in tip jars, pocket change, even taped to the back of old photo frames. Still think it's just a penny? What are the chances that I've got $1 million coin in my junk drawer? Well, let me put it this way. Someone once found a 1973 no-mint mark error penny while searching for a paperclip. A paperclip. That same coin sold at auction for nearly $500,000. So maybe it's time to clean out that desk? But here's the real urgency. These coins are vanishing. With collectors, investors, and even international buyers competing fiercely, every day that passes could be another day your lucky penny gets scooped up by someone else. If you've got a jar of old coins, now is not the time to delay. Take them out. Examine them. Compare them to known 1973 no-mint mark errors. Look for doubling, off-center strikes, and strange rim features. Because in the world of rare coins, timing is everything. The difference between a lucky find and a lost fortune can be a single missed opportunity. And here's the cliffhanger you've been waiting for. There's a specific 1973 no-mint mark error known among insiders as the Ghost Lincoln. Because of a misstrike that makes Abe Lincoln's profile appear faint or partially erased. These ultra-rare coins have been kept quiet for years, traded in private sales, but recent whispers suggest a few are still floating out there. Could one of them be hiding in your collection? You don't need to be a professional numismatist. You just need curiosity, a little time, and a fresh perspective. Wealth doesn't always come in big packages. Sometimes, it's small, coppery, and hiding in plain sight. The 1973 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is more than a collector's item, it's a door. And the key is in your hands. If you enjoyed this video and want more expert tips on finding coins worth thousands, sometimes millions, don't just scroll away. Hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and join a growing community of people just like you, smart, sharp, and ready to turn pennies into prosperity. It's real, it's rare, and it could be sitting quietly in your kitchen drawer right now. Welcome to the extraordinary world of the 1987 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin that collectors are hunting for like buried treasure. Let's face it, most of us don't think twice about pennies. We drop them in tip jars, they rattle around our cars, and sometimes, they end up forgotten under couch cushions. But for a select few, these forgotten coins have turned into life-changing discoveries. And today, we're pulling back the curtain on one of the most sought-after and valuable pennies in circulation, the 1987 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. This isn't just pocket change, it's power, potential, and prosperity in one small copper-clad disc. So don't go anywhere. Because if you're holding onto one of these rare gems, you could be holding onto a fortune. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, how to verify it, and how to position yourself for a life-altering opportunity. Let's rewind for a moment to 1987. Ronald Reagan was in the White House, Wall Street was booming, and the US Mint was pumping out billions of coins. But amidst this flurry of production, something unusual happened. A small batch of Lincoln pennies was released without a mint mark, an error that slipped past the rigorous inspection systems. These no-mint mark pennies were meant to come out of the Philadelphia Mint, but without that tiny P engraved, they became accidental treasures. And when collectors realized the anomaly, the race was on. Now, here's where it gets exciting. Most 1987 pennies are worth, well, 1 cent. But a no-mint mark 1987 penny, especially one in uncirculated condition or with a rare die error, can fetch an astounding $1.3 million in today's market. That's not just collector hype, it's cold, hard cash changing hands in private auctions, coin shows, and elite collecting circles. The demand for these coins has surged in recent years, thanks to numismatic influencers and a booming online collector community. It's no longer just about the coin, it's about the story it tells and the financial freedom it can unlock. And you might be wondering, how do I know if mine is the real deal? Good question. We'll get into that in just a minute. But first, did you ever think a mistake could be so valuable? If only my 9th grade math test errors paid like that, right? So, let's talk about how you can identify this elusive, high-value penny. First, flip the coin and check the obverse, the front. If it says 1987 and there's no visible mint mark under the date, you might be in luck. But that's just step 1. For a coin to be worth over $1 million, it often must be in near-perfect condition, what collectors call MS, or mint state. Even better if there are rare die breaks, double dies, or off-center strikes. These small quirks elevate the coin's rarity and desirability dramatically. This is where the real urgency kicks in. The longer you wait, the higher the competition. More people are waking up to the value of old coins and combing through their collections. Demand is sky high, and prices are climbing by the month. The rare coin market is red hot, and the 1987 no-mint mark penny is a rising star. So if you have one or think you might, now is the time to act. Don't let it gather dust while someone else cashes in. We're just getting started. Because at the end of this video, I'm going to reveal a jaw-dropping story of someone who found one of these coins completely by accident, and how that discovery changed their life forever. But first, a quick reminder, coins like this don't just represent wealth, they represent opportunity. The opportunity to change your story, secure your future, and maybe, just maybe, step into the lifestyle you've always dreamed of. Let me ask you, what would you do if you suddenly had $1.3 million in your pocket? New home? Dream vacation? Paying off debt in full? This coin could make that a reality. And all you have to do is start by checking your change. Now, as promised, here's that story. A retired factory worker in Michigan was sorting through an old jar of coins one rainy weekend, just passing the time. Hidden between rusted nickels and a couple of sticky dimes, he found a 1987 penny with no mint mark. Curious, he took it to a local coin shop. Within days, it was authenticated, graded, and sold for a jaw-dropping $1.3 million at a private auction. He went from pinching pennies to purchasing beachfront property. All because he took the time to look. So here's your moment, your wake-up call. Go through your old coin jars, revisit those rolls of pennies sitting in drawers or basement boxes. The next $1 million penny might be right under your nose. And when you find it, yes, when, not if, make sure you know what to do. Subscribe to this channel for expert tips, hidden coin secrets, and stories that inspire. Turn your spare change into serious change. Because in the world of rare coins, opportunity doesn't knock, it jingles in your pocket. And trust me, You don't want to miss the next $1 million discovery we'll be uncovering right here. Imagine reaching into your old coin jar and pulling out a penny so rare, so valuable, that it could completely change your life, overnight. Sounds unbelievable? Well, it's not a dream. There's a 1975 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny floating around, quietly turning everyday Americans into millionaires. One such coin recently shattered records, valued at a jaw-dropping $1.4 million. Yes, 1 cent. One little copper piece. Worth more than a mansion in the hills. Before you dismiss this as another coin-collecting fairy tale, let me ask you, when was the last time you looked at your spare change really closely? Don't worry, you're not alone. Most people overlook the tiny details, the kind that separate ordinary coins from life-changing treasure. But here's the truth, that one penny you toss aside today might just be your golden ticket tomorrow. So stay with me, because what you're about to learn could unlock the fortune sitting right under your nose. The story of the 1975 no-mint Mark penny begins like many overlooked treasures, quiet, unnoticed, lost in the crowd. Produced during an era when coins without mint marks were standard for Philadelphia strikes, most people didn't think twice. But rarity isn't just about numbers, it's about anomalies, about the tiny quirks that make one coin stand out from millions. Now here's where things get exciting. Some 1975 pennies have rare characteristics that make them incredibly rare and highly desirable among top-tier collectors. We're talking about doubling on the obverse, misalignments, off-center strikes, and even die breaks that create unique visual effects. Combine that with a pristine condition and no visible mint mark, and suddenly you've got something that auction houses are chasing like it's a Picasso. Take a moment to think about what that means. You might have a coin in your possession, right now, that experts and investors are willing to pay 6, even 7 figures for. Sounds dramatic? Well, consider this. A collector recently acquired a rare 1975 no-mint Mark penny with error details for over $1.4 million, and the buzz around it hasn't stopped since. Prices are rising. Demand is growing. And the window to act is narrowing. Quick question, ever heard the phrase? Knowledge is power. In the world of rare coins, it's not just power. It's potential wealth. While others ignore their change jars or toss coins into parking meters, savvy individuals like you are learning how to spot these hidden treasures. And the best part? You don't need to be a numismatic expert or museum curator. You just need awareness, a little curiosity. And this video. Let's pause for a second, because I know what you might be thinking. Okay, $1 million penny? What's next, a gold-plated paperclip? Sounds funny, but the truth is, unusual things have value because they're unusual. You're not looking for common pocket change, you're hunting for a financial unicorn. And who says unicorns don't exist? In the coin world, they absolutely do. So, what can you do today to possibly secure your piece of this $1 million pie? First, check your 1975 pennies for errors, doubling in the date, missing or extremely faint mint marks, and clean surfaces with minimal wear. If you find one, don't rush to your nearest gas station to buy coffee. Instead, consult a coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Getting your coin authenticated and graded can skyrocket its value, and open doors to private collectors and auction houses that specialize in rare currency. This isn't just about a coin. It's about opportunity. It's about transforming forgotten change into generational wealth. Think about the financial relief, the freedom, the legacy you could build, all from 1 cent that others overlooked. The most powerful stories are the ones where someone ordinary discovers something extraordinary. And this could be your story. And here's the cliffhanger. What if the next big $1 million coin isn't the 1975 no-mint Mark penny, but another coin hiding in your collection? That's why it's so important to stay informed, to keep learning, and to know what to look for, because the world of coin collecting is full of surprises. Today it's the 1975 penny. Tomorrow? It could be one from your birth year, your old piggy bank, or that random coin you found in the back of your drawer. Now, if you're serious about unlocking the true value of your old coins and turning pocket change into powerful income, then make sure to subscribe right now. We're uncovering coins worth thousands, even millions, every week. Don't let the next big opportunity pass you by. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join a community of treasure hunters who are changing their lives one coin at a time. But it's real. This is not a fairy tale or a scam. It's the fascinating story of the 1969 D Lincoln penny, a coin minted for everyday transactions, now commanding the kind of attention usually reserved for rare gems and luxury collectibles. In today's video, we're about to dive deep into the mystery, value, and hidden secrets behind the 1969 D mint mark penny, a coin that has taken the numismatic world by storm and is turning ordinary people into millionaires overnight. Before you throw away your old coins or cash in your piggy bank, wait. You could be sitting on a financial time bomb, in the best way possible. And if you've got one of these in your collection or coin jar, it might just be your ticket to an early retirement, a new house, or the lifestyle you've only dreamed about. Let's rewind for a moment. The year is 1969. The U.S. Mint in Denver was producing billions of pennies. Most of these coins, of course, were utterly ordinary. But amidst this flood of production, something remarkable happened, a rare die error. An error so rare, so shocking, that it would go unnoticed for years, only to be discovered decades later by passionate collectors and eagle-eyed experts. Now, I know what you're thinking. How does a penny become worth over $1 million? It's just a penny! And that's exactly the point. This coin is hiding in plain sight. And if you don't know what to look for, you could easily toss it away without realizing it's worth more than your car, maybe even your house. So what makes the 1969 D penny so special? The answer lies in a rare and dramatic die error, a doubling effect known as double die obverse. But wait! Here's the twist. Most doubled dies were expected from the Philadelphia Mint, not Denver. That's where the plot thickens. The D mint mark on this coin should have meant normal, routine, boring. But instead, the 1969 D double die penny emerged as a rogue anomaly that shocked collectors across the country. Imagine spotting Abraham Lincoln's profile with letters and numbers that appear ever so slightly duplicated, not just blurry, but literally doubled due to a mishap at the mint. This doubling isn't a flaw. It's an investment opportunity. A single cent, magnified in value because of an honest mistake in the mechanical production process. It's poetic, isn't it? A mistake turning into a miracle. And here's where things get even more exciting. These coins are extremely scarce. Experts estimate that only a tiny handful exist in the entire world, which is exactly why collectors are willing to pay over $1.5 million for a verified example in pristine condition. Now, if you're digging through your junk drawer right now thinking, wait, is that the penny I used to scratch off a lottery ticket last week? Don't worry. You're not alone. Most people have no idea what's sitting in their spare change jar. But after this video, you'll know exactly what to look for. The coin market is hot right now. No, sizzling. With rare coin auctions fetching record-breaking prices and media coverage adding to the frenzy, everyone wants a piece of the action. The 1969 D penny is in very high demand, especially with top-tier grading from PCGS or NGC. We're talking about collectors, investors, even wealthy hobbyists fighting over these coins with deep pockets and big dreams. The value is only going up. As supply continues to shrink and more collectors chase that one missing piece in their collection, the 1969 D penny becomes a modern treasure, a symbol of rarity and history colliding. That's not just money in your pocket, that's legacy. Let me tell you a quick story. A retired schoolteacher in Texas, who had no idea her father's coin jar was anything more than nostalgia, stumbled across a dusty old 1969 D penny. It looked odd, so she sent it in for grading. Weeks later, she got a call that would change her life. The coin was authentic and valued at over $1.5 million. Just like that, a forgotten memory turned into financial freedom. That's empowering. And it's why I'm here. Because stories like this aren't once-in-a-century events anymore. They're happening right now. And they could happen to you. There's a secret tip I haven't revealed yet. Something that could help you identify the 1969 D penny faster than the pros. But before we get into that, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Because I don't want you to miss what's coming next. In the next video, I'll reveal a simple at-home method, used by professional appraisers, to verify the authenticity of rare penny errors without expensive equipment. But for now, go check your coins. Look closely. Because that little copper disc you've been ignoring might just be your golden ticket. What if I told you that one tiny coin, yes, a humble 2014 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, could be your golden ticket to a $1.6 million windfall? No, this isn't a fairy tale or some far-fetched rumor passed around on coin forums. This is a true modern-day treasure hunt. And today, you might just discover that the treasure has been sitting in your drawer all along. This story begins with a simple penny. Minted in 2014, this coin looks ordinary to the untrained eye. No shiny gold. No silver gleam. No loud announcement of value. But here's the catch. The absence of a mint mark on some of these 2014 pennies has turned them into the rarest of collectibles. That tiny missing detail has set the numismatic world on fire, and it's got collectors, investors, and treasure seekers scrambling to find one. Why? Because a very specific type of error in the minting process has catapulted a few of these coins to the top of the collector's must-have list. Now you may be wondering, how does a penny, a coin that's supposed to be worth 1 cent, skyrocket to a jaw-dropping $1.6 million in value? Well, here's where the mystery deepens. These 2014 no-mint mark pennies feature highly rare striking errors. Some exhibit off-center strikes, doubling in Lincoln's profile, and even dramatic die cracks. These are not your everyday factory mistakes. These are unique anomalies, minted by accident, never to be replicated again. And in the world of rare coins, rarity plus demand equals fortune. Let me ask you something. How many times have you emptied your pockets or change jar without looking twice? Imagine the fear of realizing you may have tossed $1 million coin at a gas station just last week. Now, that is the kind of fear that keeps collectors up at night. But don't worry, it's not too late. The market is red hot. Coin shows, online auctions, and private collectors are in a frenzy, hunting for these elusive 2014 no-mint mark errors. One recently sold at a private auction for $1.6 million. And here's the kicker, it was found in someone's old coin jar, completely untouched for years. The opportunity. You see, the 2014 no-mint mark penny is more than a collector's item. It's a symbol of hidden value, of overlooked potential. It's the kind of discovery that can change your financial destiny, if you're willing to look closely. It's not about luck, it's about knowing what to look for. And that knowledge? That's what separates the millionaires from the mischances. Still think it's just another penny? Let me throw in a quick twist. Some of these coins are so deceptively rare that even experienced coin dealers have overlooked them. The fine details, like a slight doubling around the words, "In God We Trust," or a minor tilt in Lincoln's bust, are often missed by the naked eye. It takes attention, patience, a keen eye. But when you find one, the payoff is beyond imagination. And here's a humorous thought. Imagine explaining to your neighbor that your retirement plan is built on 1 penny, and it's working. And let's not forget the emotional value. For many, this coin represents more than just money. It's proof that even the smallest things can carry the greatest worth. That your past decisions, to save change, to hold on to those old coins, can lead to unexpected wealth. It's a reminder that there's magic in the mundane. Okay, but how do I know if I have one of these rare gems? That's where it gets exciting. In a moment, I'll walk you through the exact signs to look for so you can check your stash today. But first, a quick pause. What if you skip this video, go back to your regular routine, and never know you were inches away from discovering your $1.6 million penny? That thought alone should give you goosebumps. And that's the urgency of it all. These coins are still out there, tucked away in pockets, boxes, and dusty piggy banks, and the window to cash in won't stay open forever. Now, here's where the story transitions into action. Get your coin jar. Open that drawer full of old change. Look at every 2014 penny closely. Check for the absence of the mint mark, specifically where it should appear below the date. Examine the lettering, Lincoln's eye, the lines on the Lincoln Memorial if it's visible on the reverse. And if you see something odd, something different, do not brush it off. That small difference could be your $1,000,000 clue. And here's the cliffhanger you didn't see coming. Not all valuable 2014 no-mint mark pennies have been discovered. Experts believe several of the most significant errors are still in circulation, waiting. Yours could be the next one to hit the market. Think about that. One day, you're watching this video, the next, you're fielding calls from collectors and auction houses who want what you've got. It's not just possible, it's happening. Right now. To people just like you. So, if you're ready to uncover your own hidden treasure, now's the time to act. Don't just watch. Don't just wonder. Dive in. Start searching. And when you find something that catches your eye, have it appraised immediately by a certified expert. Then come back here, leave a comment, and tell us what you discovered. Who knows, you could be our next success story featured in a follow-up video. If you found this video helpful, if it sparked excitement, or opened your eyes to a new opportunity, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now. We're uncovering new coin stories every week, stories that could put thousands or even millions into your hands. Turn on notifications so you never miss a rare coin alert, and remember, sometimes, the key to your dream lifestyle isn't hidden in a bank, it's sitting right there in your pocket. Yes, you heard that right, $1.7 million for a single cent. And the best part? That coin might be hiding in plain sight, right in your coin jar, stuck between your couch cushions, or buried in an old drawer. In today's video, we're going to unravel the incredible story of the 1984 Lincoln penny that has collectors scrambling, and why now, yes, right now, is the moment to dig through your change and join a new wave of wealth seekers turning pocket change into fortune. Let's set the stage. It's 1984 in Denver. The Olympic torch is lit, Ronald Reagan is in office, and somewhere in the hustle of the U.S. Mint, a seemingly insignificant mistake is made, a die crack here, a double die there. These weren't just any errors. They were the kind of imperfections that turn an everyday coin into a high-demand collector's dream. Imagine that, a flaw, once overlooked, becomes a financial blessing decades later. The 1984 penny became one of the most talked about coins in modern numismatics. So rare, so desirable, that when once surfaced in pristine condition, it sold for $1.7 million. And let me tell you, when that sale went public, the entire coin collecting world flipped upside down. But before we dive into the nitty-gritty details of what exactly makes this coin so valuable, let me ask you something. When was the last time you really looked at your pennies? Not just glanced, but examined them like they might be holding a secret? Because this story isn't just about a coin. It's about opportunity. It's about rediscovering forgotten value in the things we've been ignoring. You might laugh thinking, a penny? Worth more than my car? But humor me here. What if that laugh turns into a $1 million smile? Let's break it down. The 1984 penny's value skyrocketed because of specific error types, particularly the double die and die gouge varieties. These errors are like fingerprints, unique, rare, and nearly impossible to fake. The doubling on Lincoln's ear, the sharp irregularities in the date, the mint mark misalignment, these aren't just visual curiosities. They are what make this penny one in a million. And collectors? They go wild for that kind of rarity. Demand has exploded in the last 5 years alone, driven by wealthy buyers, investors, and everyday Americans waking up to the hidden wealth in their coin jars. Now you might be wondering, okay, I've got some old coins, but how do I know if they're worth anything? That's the $1 million question, isn't it? And we'll get to that. But first, brace yourself, because here's a cliffhanger for you. Some of the most valuable 1984 pennies weren't discovered by seasoned collectors. They were found by everyday people. A retired veteran in Texas, a single mom in Ohio, a part-time mechanic in Nevada. Ordinary folks who took a moment to check their change and ended up making life-changing discoveries. And their stories aren't just feel-good tales. They're proof that the world of numismatics is shifting. Fast. Let's talk about urgency. The coin market is booming. Prices are climbing. Auction houses are competing. Social media is buzzing with new finds every week. And the demand? It's never been higher. In the last 12 months alone, search traffic for rare pennies worth money has exploded by over 300%. That's not hype. That's a movement. A gold rush, but for copper and zinc. And the 1984 D penny is right at the center of it. With only a handful known in ultra-high condition and values rising sharply, now is the time to act. Tomorrow might be too late. That $1.7 million sale set a precedent, and collectors are chasing the next one like treasure hunters with a map.so. Here's where we transition from story to strategy. If you're someone who dreams of breaking free from financial limits, someone who believes in hidden opportunity, and wants to live life on your own terms, this is your moment. Don't just think about wealth. Chase it. Dig through your old jars, your piggy banks, your parents' attic. Get your coins appraised. Learn to spot the telltale signs of a valuable minting error. Because remember this, wealth doesn't always come from Wall Street or Silicon Valley. Sometimes, it starts with a dusty penny from 1984 and a curious eye. And let me leave you with this. What would you do if you found a penny today that could make you a millionaire tomorrow? Think about that while you're checking your next handful of change. Because people are doing just that, right now, and changing their lives forever. If this video inspired you, if your heart's racing even a little, then don't let the story end here. Subscribe to this channel for more real-life treasure hunts, rare coin guides, and insider tips on turning old money into new fortune. Hit that like button, share this with a friend, and start your journey today. Because your next big break might not be a lottery ticket, it might just be a 1984 D penny waiting to be found. Imagine holding a penny in your hand, worn out, ordinary looking, perhaps tucked away in a jar for years, collecting dust. Now imagine that same penny being worth $1.8 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, you might want to double-check your change drawer, because today, we're diving into one of the most astonishing hidden treasures in American coin history, the 1976 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. Stay with me, because what you're about to discover could completely transform your financial reality. This isn't just another coin, it's a million-dollar mystery hiding in plain sight. The year was 1976, a time of celebration as America marked its bicentennial. While most eyes were on special edition quarters and half dollars minted to commemorate the occasion, quietly and unexpectedly, a rare penny slipped through the cracks. This wasn't just any penny. It was a no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, struck in Philadelphia, but with something drastically different. A misstep in the minting process, an overlooked error, and suddenly, a coin that was supposed to be worth 1 cent became a financial game-changer for whoever discovered it. Now here's where things get really exciting. Most 1976 pennies bear no mint mark, as Philadelphia didn't usually stamp one back then. But among them, a few rare versions contain errors so subtle they could pass right under your nose, yet so valuable they've rocked the numismatic community with six-figure auction results. We're talking off-center strikes, double dies, and metal composition anomalies, each detail adding another zero to its price tag. Let me take you to a story of a man from Ohio. Retired, living a simple life. He stumbled upon an old coin jar while cleaning out his late father's garage. Just a quick glance, and he nearly tossed the pennies aside. But one stood out. It looked off. Something about it screamed, "Look closer." That penny, friends, was a 1976 no-mint mark with a rare doubling error on Lincoln's eye, later authenticated and sold for nearly $1.8 million at a private auction. From dusty garage to $1 million payday, all because of one old coin, that itching your fingers to go searching through your own forgotten coin stash. That's not coincidence, that's your intuition. And trust me, this isn't a once-in-a-lifetime myth. Demand for rare 1976 no-mint mark pennies is at an all-time high, with collectors across the country on the hunt. Every year, a few more are found, each one fetching higher prices, as scarcity and excitement fuel the fire. You're not late to the party. You might just be holding the invitation in your hand, And just to reset your attention, here's a question. If a 1-cent coin can be worth $1.8 million, what else have you been underestimating lately? Let's talk reality. The market is booming. Rare era coins, especially from key years like 1976, are no longer just collector's items. They're assets, investments, legacy pieces. Coins like these are showing up in estate sales, flea markets, family vaults, and yes, even that coffee can in your pantry. But here's the catch: time is everything. With every rare coin found, the number of uncirculated or undiscovered pieces shrinks, and their value skyrockets. We're entering a phase where even beginner collectors are diving in, using digital marketplaces and professional appraisers to capitalize on this booming trend. What does that mean for you? It means you could be sitting on a gold mine and not even know it. It means it's time to act. Get your old coins out. Learn how to spot the key errors. Seek expert authentication. Because one day, maybe today, you'll uncover the penny that pays for your retirement, your dream vacation, or your kids' college tuition. Let me leave you with a cliffhanger. Next week, we'll expose another Lincoln penny that was sold for over $2 million, and it looked even more ordinary than the 1976 no mint marked out. If you've made it this far, you're clearly serious about unlocking the wealth hiding in plain sight. Don't let this moment pass you by. Subscribe now for weekly updates on rare coin finds, professional tips on spotting million-dollar pennies, and interviews with everyday people who turn pocket change into life-changing fortune.